Facebook. And it always takes, there's always a little bit of delay before it starts showing up on you guys' end. So fingers crossed you guys are seeing this. If you don't mind putting something in the chat that you're here, you see it, that would be wonderful. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to give this just a moment to just make sure that it's working, that we are streaming. So just going to give it a second. And let's see here. Nancy says hello. Thank you, Nancy, for saying hello. That really reassures me that we're streaming live. So thank you, Nancy. Wonderful. Awesome. So I can tell that we're streaming, that you're on Facebook. So wonderful. So it means we know at least Facebook's working. If there's anybody watching from YouTube and you don't mind just saying a little hi, that would be awesome. That will help me to know that it's streaming to both YouTube and Facebook. So this is our rescheduled live that I was going to do earlier this month. And then Hurricane Helene came, and I am in Western North Carolina. And at the time that I was going to do this live, we had been without any cell service, any 911 service, without any internet services for 3 days at this point. Yes. So at that time, I didn't know if we were going to have any services, how long we were going to be without services. So I decided to just reschedule this. And so this is our rescheduled. And I can see folks from YouTube and Facebook on here. So thank you so much for putting something in the chat, because then I know it's working. I'm always a little bit nervous about streaming. It's just something I'm not very knowledgeable in. And I'm always a little bit like, is it working? Is it not? So thank you guys for your comments. So for those that are here, introduce yourself. Let me know where you're joining in from. And if you're new, I always like to know who's new. So I know we've got Carrie from Utah. Carrie, and I've probably said this before, I love Utah. I think Utah is so beautiful. I've not been there in a lot of years, probably 20. I've driven through Utah. In my 20s, I lived in Western Montana, and I'm from Indiana originally. So we were moving in the winter. So my family helped me move, and we were basically taking I-70 across the country and then going straight up. So I got to see a lot of Utah. Utah is stunning. So we've got New Mexico. I have not been to New Mexico. And I literally just a couple days ago said to my guides, I want to go to New Mexico. So here you are, Marcia, saying that you're from New Mexico. And that is just, I'm going to take that as a sign that I need to visit New Mexico. So who else? We've got Lafayette, Indiana. Hi, Megan. I am from the Martinsville, Eminence, Indiana location. So Morgan County. Jill from Bloomington. I love me some Bloomington. Bloomington's amazing. Oklahoma. I have never been to Oklahoma, Chris. Nebraska. I don't think I've been to Nebraska either. Pennsylvania, not been to Pennsylvania. Colorado, so Glenwood Springs, I've been to Colorado. Amber's from Northwest Montana. Ooh, I love Montana. I'm a Montana person. I love it there. I used to live in Polson, Montana. I was an AmeriCorps volunteer, and I worked for, I don't think they exist anymore, but at the time it was called Domestic Violence Emergency Services. And I used to listen to people coming in, listening to their stories, and helping them with things like orders of protection, helping them to get new identities if they needed new identities, helping them to find safe places to live. So I did that for a couple years and loved it. Polson, Montana was beautiful. Libby, Montana is beautiful. Whitefish, Glacier. I love that area. Melanie from the Oregon coast. I have been to Oregon, but not to the coast. I did love what I saw in Oregon and Florida. Who doesn't love them some Florida? Well, I am so glad you guys are here. Thanks for letting me know where you're joining in from. I am currently in Bryson City, North Carolina, and it's a beautiful little tourist community. We are back open and running after the hurricane, but the lack of tourists coming in because of the hurricane damage around Asheville has been very challenging for the local businesses here. So if you're someone who's been like, oh, I want to visit, North Carolina, but I'm worried about the all the damage. There is an area of North Carolina and Western North Carolina that is like, hey, no tourists here. That would be the Asheville area, but I'm about an hour from there. So if you've been thinking about it, I'm basically on the other side of the mountain range from Gatlinburg. This area is hurting for some tourists, so come see us. We could use it. California, I love California. So today we're going to offer loving, supportive energy. I love using Reiki to kind of bring through what it is that I need at times. And if you follow along with my YouTube channel, there are lots of different types of meditations there that I have a good friend that helps me with kind of producing them, and then I record them. And what I like to do is use Reiki in a way to bring through what it is that I need. Sometimes I really need just loving, supportive energy around me. And I have, I'll bring that to myself. But today we're going to bring that to all of you. And as part of this, towards the end of this, towards the end of like before we fully come out of our Reiki time together and meditation time, we're going to collectively send love out into the world. I used to do that with every monthly one, and then somehow I got away from it. And with all that I witnessed and saw here in Western North Carolina, I was like, you know what we need? We all need some love. And then we had Hurricane Milton come through Florida. And plus there's just an abundance of reasons why we all need love, right? It's not just hurricanes. So we're going to collectively send love out. So hopefully you'll join me and stick around for the whole thing so that you can join us for that. Alberta, Canada. I have not been there. Stevenson, Montana. Oh, yes, love Montana. I'm trying to think, Stevenson, if I've been there. I don't know that I've been there. But next time I visit, I'll have to make a point of visiting. Montana is so beautiful. Like the whole state is stunning. So for anyone who's new to me or what I'm doing here, my name is Laura Rose. I am an intuitive, an energy healer. I'm a channel. I'm a writer. I'm a teacher. I'm a Reiki master. And what I do is try to help raise the vibration of the planet by helping all of you. And I do that with Reiki energy. I do that with workshops and classes. I do that with my one-on-one sessions. I'm here to help teach not only myself, but all of you how to feel your best. Because when we all are feeling our best, we're making a big difference on the planet overall. It's not just us as individuals. We are all connected. We're all part of the one. And when one person feels better, collectively, we all start to feel a little bit better. So that's where I'm always saying self-care isn't selfish. It's not. It helps everyone. It helps you spread your light. And so that's what I'm here to do. So my overall goal is always to guide you back home to yourself, to teach you how to be your own guru and how to feel your absolute best. So whether it's a one-on-one session, it's a live, it's the things I post on the Facebook page, a one-on-one, whatever it is, I'm doing my best to kind of lead you back home to yourself so that, yes, I'm giving you some tools, but ultimately you are the guru, and how you use those tools is how I want you to help yourself. Okay, so speaking of workshops, I have one a week from Sunday, so a week from today, that's called Honoring Our Seasons. And I have been on this deep dive healing journey about 5 years now. And I feel like every day I learn new things. And one of the things, I've always been someone who's like, I'm going to push through this. I'm going to force my way. I'm going to make it happen. And something that I've recently have been really working on is not forcing and flowing. And with that comes radical self-love and self-acceptance, which feels radical because I feel like we're not really supposed to do that based on society standards, right? We're supposed to just ignore how we're feeling and move forward. Um, so as I've been working on not forcing and just really listening to myself and honoring myself through all the seasons of life, um, I have found that I am able to have a more full cup. I'm able to give more, love more deeply and fully, be more at peace, um, help others more fully because I'm not pushing and forcing my will. So, at this workshop a week from today, when we're honoring our seasons, we're going to be diving deeper into that. We're going to talk about how we do that, how we can feel so much better, why it's not selfish. And we're going to talk about, just ways we can really honor ourselves no matter what's going on around us. How do we honor ourselves? There's always going there's going to be also a Reiki healing at the end of it. The last 20 minutes or so will be a Reiki healing where we're really working on clearing away this stuff so that you can get into alignment with who you truly came here to be. All of my workshops are only $11.11. And you can come live, you can access the recording. So if you're interested, you can just go to sacredsoul444.com. Another thing I offer is one-on-one sessions. And I have traditionally been using those to offer like one-on-one intuitive Reiki, channeling, things like that, where we're connecting with your spirit guides, bringing them in, getting some information and answers for you. And I've been doing that for several years. But recently, I've been feeling this call to use that time also for what somebody else might need. For example, if I have someone who has a loved one that has transitioned over, meaning they have passed on, and they have some unresolved things that they need to clear and heal with that person, we're bringing them in. We're calling them in. We're clearing that up. We're answering questions, and we're bringing resolution and peace to both sides. So that'll be something I'll start kind of adding more specifically on my website and kind of changing it up a little bit. But for right now, if someone's like, oh my gosh, I have something I need to resolve with this loved one that's passed on, or I just need to know they're okay, or I just need to know they're at peace, you can just book a session. And then in the comments, you can write down specifically what it is that you're looking for. And then we'll adapt our one-on-one session to that. If you want to use it to learn how to use a pendulum and communicate, let's do it. It doesn't have to be just the whole hour of Reiki. We can do Reiki for part of it. We can get creative. So if you feel that call, like, let's get creative and use that time together in however you need it. So, and again, you can just go on sacredsoul444.com. So I'm just going to take a quick second before we move into that beautiful Reiki that we want to do. I'm going to take just a quick second to look at the chat because I love seeing the chat in the corner of my eye moving. I love seeing the comments. So we got Oregon, Northwest Indiana, Arizona. I'm a big fan of Arizona. I had a really fun adventure in Arizona a couple of years ago. I flew into Phoenix. Then I went up to Sedona, did some hiking, came down to Tucson, hiked up to the top of Picacho Peak, which is super fun because there's first of all, it's strenuous. And then there's cables and little metal platforms that happen to be really slick at the time I was there. And it was a very popular hike, and there were people that were so scared of the platforms and these slick metal railings that really small, like you were afraid you were going to fall off the peak, that there were people that were refusing to hike up it. And it took a lot of courage for me to get through that hike, but it was amazing. I felt pretty proud of myself. Let's see, just kind of looking, Ontario, Pennsylvania, Texas. I've been to Texas several times. Virginia, wonderful. Central Illinois, Chicago, Springfield. I've been to Springfield. Awesome. I love traveling, so it's fun to see where you guys are from because I'm like, oh, that brings up a good memory. Awesome. Texas, I went to Big Bend National Park a couple years ago for a nice big hike, and that was pretty incredible. So if no one's ever been there, and you like remoteness, you have to like remoteness. That was a pretty cool experience. You literally are on a hike and you hear nothing. There's no wind, there's no bird singing, there's no planes, there's no cars, you hear nothing. And I suffered an unfortunate little injury. I was there by myself. I suffered an injury and then I had to get myself to the emergency room. And it's so remote. It took me 3 hours to get out of the park and to the emergency room. And I was in a lot of pain, and that was a very long 3 hours. So let me tell you about that. Christine is in North Carolina. I'm in North Carolina too. We got England. Awesome. Perfect. So again, today's Reiki energy is all about love. It's so easy to forget that we have love energy literally all around us, because spirit is love, and everything spirit creates is love, and we're created from spirit. So we are love. We literally cannot be without love because it's us. And what we do is, because Earth can be challenging, what we have a tendency to do is kind of close off to love. And it takes kind of a conscious effort to really remember to stay open to love. But truly, everything is love, unless it's created by the ego, which may not be love. But we can easily get caught up in the mind and just forget to open the door of love that Spirit has for us. So, and I just want to say as a side note, I use the word spirit a lot. Spirit, it can mean a lot of different things, but I tend to have it mean anything that's of love, any beings that are of love, of the highest light and resonance. And that can be, if you use the word God, that can be God, that could be creator, that could be Father Sky, it could be your spirit guides, your angels, it could be universe, but it is the source of love. And so I use that term frequently to describe that. So today's energy, we want to clear away any blocks you might have to receiving love, then open your heart to receive and just truly let that love flow. The intention is, for me, my intention is that when we hop off here today, you remember how loved you are, how supported you are, and you know that you're not alone. No matter what your mind tries to tell you, you're truly not alone. So, and hopefully you'll learn that you can just open the door. I've been given the image multiple times of spirit just kind of gently knocking, like, hey, I know you feel really alone, but truly I'm right here. Just open the door, open the door. And so they've given me that image many times of when we close up and just tighten up and we go, no one loves me, I'm all alone in the world. Spirit is right on the other side going, whoa, I'm right here. Let me in. I'll fill you up with all the love that you need. So, and again, as I said earlier, we're going to collectively send loving thoughts and energy out to all beings all over the world. Before we hopped on here, I always set some intentions that everything we do is of the highest light and resonance. And I did call in the higher selves of all the beings on the world. And when I say beings, I'm including insects and all the little creatures or big creatures. I'm including everyone, so that, including plants, so that those higher selves, if they wish to share this energy with their earth version, that they can send that version of love to them as well. So we always want to do this with the permission of at least the higher self, if we're not able to communicate directly with each being. So I did call that in. So we have a lot of beings here with us today. So if you do wish to receive this energy, please state yes quietly to yourself. And if you haven't already, go ahead and get comfortable. I'm a big fan of laying down and receiving Reiki energy, but you do not have to lay down. You can sit up. I like to close my eyes just because it brings me a lot of peace, but you don't have to. And we're going to start first by just quieting our mind. Connect to your breath. Take a nice deep inhale in and fully release it. Settle into your body, fully arrive here with me in this moment. Take another deep breath in. Fully release it, arriving, quieting the mind more and more. One more breath, one more deep breath, and just settle in even more fully into your vessel. And I'm going to begin that Reiki energy, and we're going to start by releasing any barriers to receiving love that you might be holding. And just take a moment, feel into your body. Do you feel any blocks? Oftentimes those blocks are in our heart space, but sometimes they can also be in our head space, right? Like where we're just in our head and our head is blocking love. It's hindering our connection to spirit. So just feel into your body. Where are you feeling those blocks? And I am setting the intention that this Reiki healing, this Reiki energy, is removing and clearing those blocks. It's clearing blocks that you know about. It's clearing blocks you don't know about. And it's the beautiful thing is this energy goes wherever it's guided to go. I don't even have to direct it. Our guides and helpers and our higher self is taking care of that. So we're just directing that energy there, clearing away those blocks. You can help things along by visualizing these blocks moving on and being transmuted into love. You literally can just watch them dissolve and turn into love. When I see things turn into love, I visualize it as a little glittery, sparkly energy, and it's just filling up your space. We don't even have to be worried about these blocks and holding low vibrational energy. They're transmuted into love because you're a powerful alchemist and we're turning that into love. We don't need to know what caused these blocks. We're just letting them move on. Doesn't even matter. And you can just continue to breathe and relax into the places you feel any blockages. As they dissolve, you just breathe into anywhere else you might feel. Visualize them dissolving, turning them to love. And then I'm just going to do really quick, I'm going to ask Archangel Michael to come in and cut any cords that might be part of the blockages you are feeling. If there's anything there that cutting some cords would help with, I'm asking him to do that. Or if it's just in your highest and greatest good to cut some cords or all cords, he knows what to do. He'll take care of it. And then I'm just clearing away any energy in your energy field that doesn't belong to you. Any energy that's not of the highest light and resonance, we're just clearing it away. Wonderful. So much love is being transmuted and placed in your living areas or wherever you're at right now. So continue to relax deeper and deeper. I'm going to bring through the energy of love. So we've opened up our heart space, we've opened up our crown, and anywhere else there's a barrier. And now it's about bringing in that energy. Open your heart. Just visualize your heart space being open and setting the intention that your heart space is open. And just breathe in deeply. See your heart connect to the heart of spirit. Connect to the heart of universe and love. And allow that energy to flow to you and through you. Allow that energy to fill your cup. It's moving through your torso, down your shoulders and arms, your back, up through your neck and your head. At the same time, it's moving down into your hips and legs, knees, feet, all the way down, connecting you to your lower chakras that are below the earth, the earth star chakra, connecting. We're just going to go ahead too and just bring that energy all the way down into the center of the earth. Not only does this ground you, but you are acting as a channel at this time, a loving channel, a channel of love. And this energy is filling the core of the earth, filling the earth, moving outward. As you watch, the earth is lighting up with love. And it's moving to the surface. It's moving into the air. And it is touching and available to all beings all over the planet. May they be a little earthworm, or a bird, or a fish, a tree, a plant, grass, as well as all humans. And here I ask the higher selves of all beings to distribute this loving energy to all of those who wish to receive it. Even if they don't know about me doing this right now and all of us helping, it doesn't matter. The higher selves are a part of it. And those who wish to receive it are receiving it. I'm seeing trees fill up with love, humans filling up with love, insects and birds and fish, and everybody is filling up with love that wish to. Everyone's receiving if it's for their highest and greatest good. And we're just going to hold this space for a moment and just allow this energy to not only fully collectively assist the planet and all beings, but also you. You are surrounded by this loving energy. I'm being shown an image of just this energy flowing all over your home, all over the area where you're at. Maybe you're listening, parked in your car somewhere, it's flowing in your car. Wherever you are, it's flowing. I'm seeing a golden light literally surrounding the whole planet. I ask the higher selves to descend down and make any adjustments as needed to assist all beings with living out their lives with joy and happiness and peace, love, authenticity and truth, integrity, kindness and compassion. And it's time to start to pull back our energy. So you are energetically connected to the core of the earth. And you can continue to stay as long as you want. There's no rush. But whenever it is that you feel ready, we're going to pull your energy back. And if it's not now, it can be later. But we'll pull your energy back, disconnecting you from all beings, but allowing you to stay connected to the love of heaven and earth. Putting you back solely into your own energy, the energy of the highest light and resonance, connected to spirit, connected to earth. But you're no longer connected to all beings. So as you just visualize bringing all of your energy back to your body, I'm going to ground your energy. And as I ground, this is your loving reminder that spirit is always with you because you are part of the one. You're never doing life by yourself. You are always connected. And when you feel like you're going at life by yourself, it's just an illusion. It's an illusion of the mind. You are always supported, you are always loved, and you are always part of the whole. I'm just continuing to ground your energy, just bringing you back fully back to earth. Just grounding you. You can start to come back, return to your body, becoming more aware of your sit bones, your breathing, your vessel. If it feels good, you can stretch, wiggle your fingers and toes. I like to sway. So if you've been watching me, I like to sway. So I'm over here swaying. So you can sway just whatever you need to stay, come back fully into your body. I'm continuing to ground. So if anyone could use additional grounding, I will continue to ground until I sign off of this. So anyone who could use more grounding, it's not a problem. Just stay on here with me. We'll just continue to ground your energy. And as you're coming back, I always want to give this reminder that Reiki, there's energy there that's being integrated into your vessel. So even though we might hop off, the integration of that loving energy and the integration of those blocks we remove, that can take some time. Sometimes it's immediate. Sometimes you'll notice things a week or 2 weeks later. So it takes its time. What's important today is to make sure you drink plenty of water. It's to make sure that you honor yourself. You might feel really cozy and comfortable. You might feel like you need to rest and take a nap. You might feel like you could go run a marathon. Everyone's a little different. So honor whatever it is that your vessel is asking you. If you need to lay down and just close your eyes for an extra 15 minutes after this, it's because you're integrating and it's all that's being asked of you in that time. So make sure you honor yourself. Again, I'm continuing to ground for anyone who needs it. So feel free to hang out here a little bit longer with me. If you feel called to share, I always like to know, especially in one-on-ones, we're talking and I can ask, but on lives, I cannot really, I can only see the chat. So if you feel called to share how you're doing, if you feel lighter, if you felt the love, I know some people said they felt the love. If you just share how you're feeling, if you feel called, no pressure. And I will tell you how I was feeling. I could feel a lot of loving energy. It was presenting itself to me as a golden light. And they were actually guiding me on the earth part of the healing. I had a whole thing typed up that I didn't use. I had my eyes closed and they were showing me that when we connected, because we've got people from all over the world here. I saw England, we've got Australia, we got people from when we put our core and we became channels for this love, that energy just started to slowly build and build and build and go outside of the earth and just encompass all the beings. And that's actually, I have a script, and that is actually not at all what I had written on my script. It's what spirit, the guides were showing me was happening. So I'm really grateful for all of us for participating in this, because that's pretty cool. But everyone who wished to receive that energy through their higher self, they received it. I saw trees filling up with light. They were turning golden, and trees share through their roots. They share with each other. They share nutrients and supportive energy with other trees and other plants too. And so just one tree taking it was helping other trees take it. So we were spreading a lot of love together collectively. So thank you so much for being a part of that. The next live that I'm going to do will be on November 10th. I typically do them around the first weekend of every month. And the first weekend of this upcoming month, I'm going to be doing a training for helping people transition. So it'll be a death doula training. So helping people on a spiritual level. This is what I'm feeling called to do, is help people with that. So I actually am going to be doing a training that first weekend. So it'll be the second weekend of November, the Sunday. We'll do another live here today. And if you enjoyed this, by all means, join us. And don't forget, a week from today, I've got the Honoring Our Seasons workshop, which is going to involve more energy healing, but it's more of a teaching on, and of course, my teachings are based on my own experience, but so much of it is based on what I'm being guided. So a lot of the teachings are information that's coming from spirit guides and helpers. And so that'll come together to help all of us with how to honor ourselves with just the radical self-love, right? Like radically self-loving ourselves. Plus there'll be an energy healing together that we'll all do together. I'm going to look at the chat real quick. And okay, so Cassie, felt warmth and wonderful. She was sitting head back, closed, and it was a golden light. Awesome, Cassie. I saw that too. It was a beautiful golden light. And I always, whenever I think of love energy, so when I think of the energy like when we transmute any blockages, I always see it like a little glittery type of fairy dust looking stuff in the air. And I love it. I love seeing that. Yes, Cassie, that's exactly what Cassie wrote, is exactly as it is. It's like when you close your eyes and you see this golden light and you're out in the sun and you see a golden light through your eyelids. It's kind of like that. That's how it felt around me too. Oh, you're so welcome. Okay. And I'm just going to see Amber. Amber felt the blocks breaking up. Yes, it can feel like pressure. It can feel a tightness or a constriction feeling. When I do one-on-one sessions with clients and I connect to their energy, my strongest, I shouldn't say strongest, but one of my intuitive abilities is feeling. So I feel in my body their blocks. And so that's how I know what to clear. And if someone has a really blocked heart chakra, it will feel like this tight band of energy. And I actually find that I have to take really shallow breaths because I can't even take a deep breath because of how tight and constricted their chest is. So I'm sorry you had discomfort, but I am glad that those blocks broke up and you felt them disappear. Wonderful. That's exactly what we want. So perfect. Gina received energy and felt relaxed. She feels Silver Girl. Melissa, I believe is your name. You feel blissful. Perfect. Lenora is the first time catching us live. Perfect. Glad you're here, Lenora. Megan says, thank you. Thank you for being here, Megan. I'm really grateful to all of you. Thank you for being a part of this live. I love doing these. It's fun to connect with you all. And I'll see you in a couple weeks on the 10th. and we'll do another live. I don't have the theme yet, but I'm sure I'll be guided to something amazing that'll help everybody. And I look forward to it. If you have any questions, you are always welcome to send me a message. The Facebook page and the YouTube, and the Instagram, they are all answered by me. So if you reach out, it's not some random person doing it. It's me. I'm the one who answers. So if you have questions for me, you're welcome to reach out. If you ever want to connect and do a one-on-one and use it for a teaching, learn how to use a pendulum, learn how to connect with someone who's a loved one that's passed on, or just bring somebody in so we can kind of get some closure, or one-on-one energy healing session, set something up. I'm happy to do this with you, and I hope that this was beneficial, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys at either a workshop or the next live. And if you have any questions, by all means, please reach out to me. It was wonderful. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I'm sending you a lot of love.